So let's talk editing really quick. A lot of people misconstrue editing and proofreading for the same thing. Not even remotely close. Not even close. So there's multiple kinds of editing, and there's just proofreading or copy editing, if you want to call it that. But so you have developmental editing, which is basically my specialty, is developing a story, whether it's your mission for your book, if you're writing a motivational or inspirational call to action. So you have a mission, a determined mission for that book, or if it's fiction, novel, autobiography, whatever it is. You need. I'm a developmental editor. I sit down with the author and help them develop the story so it's good, not just throw it out there. Here's my story, duh, and then they write it and it's just bad, right? You need a developmental editor, and then you need a line editor who goes through line by line and fixes your grammar and your spelling and your syntax errors and makes it read smoothly and seamlessly without hiccups and confusings. I say that because there's a lot of parts in a book. But here's the problem: is when a new writer writes a book, really any author, the same, but especially a new one who's not experienced in the art of storytelling, the story all makes perfect sense to them because it came from their mind. So they write it out, and to them it reads magnificently. It's perfect. I mean, every line makes perfect sense, and every character knows who's saying what and who's doing what and what's going to happen next. And well, the problem is the average objective third-party reader is going, what the frick is he trying to say right here? Like, is this guy talking? Is that guy talking? Was he referring to that, or was he referring to this? Where's he going with this? I don't know. It's choppy, it's confusing, whatever. So what a good line editor does is goes through the book line by line for readability, and it fixes things, it restructures things, it moves things around. I do this, of course I do. This is part of my job. This is the very easy part of my job. The more difficult part of my job is the developmental editing, where you're looking at the story from an overview objectively from the reader, going, is the story any good? Is it entertaining? Is it accomplishing its mission? Is it telling me what I need to know? Am I learning what I'm supposed to be learning? And most authors, because they write it themselves, they think it all makes perfect sense, when in reality, 9 times out of 10, that's 90% of the time, it doesn't make sense. It's choppy. I asked what's called hiccups in there, where you're like, what the frick did I just read? And so that's where someone like me comes in, a professional with many, many years of experience, and fixes it all up, cleans it all up, restructures it, reformats it, and makes it read professionally. And that's essentially what, professional editors do at traditional publishers, like whitepinepublishing.com.